My name is Jim Monaghan. I'm a member of Sinn Féin, but I'm not a spokesperson for Sinn Féin, so what I say is on my own behalf. And this meeting here today in UCD, there's different members of the Republican family. We have our disagreements and our rows, so each of us are going to give our own opinion of how we will deal with the visit of the Queen of England to our country. Well, to this part of our country. I'd start off by saying that this visit was planned probably from last year. And it didn't happen by accident. It wasn't just out of the blue. This visit was planned by the elites of Ireland and England. And, well, the elites of Ireland and Britain, we'd say, including Scotland and Wales. And the reason that these elites needed to plan thing is, I would contend, that they have become deeply, deeply discredited in the eyes of their own people. And what they needed was a spectacle. The people who have lost their jobs, the people who are in economic difficulties, the people all over, are extremely disappointed and disillusioned in that crowd. And typically, for a Fianna Fáil government, they pulled a stroke. They said, right, we'll have a big spectacle, we'll have a week of celebration, a week of flag-waving citizens out there, and we'll be on the platforms, and we'll be getting cheered. But the problem is that why would people be out there cheering them? So what they've done is, by implication, they've attached the Queen's visit in the minds of most of the public to the peace process. And they've kind of said, in one way or another, relations between Britain and Ireland are on a new level. The past is the past. We have no differences, all is forgotten. All is forgiven, all is from a new sheet of paper. Of course, there's still the military and the political power in the north. So it suits them to say that. The crowd here, I don't think of anything as deep as that. They just want something that will give them some popularity. And the peace process was, generally speaking, the one political development between Ireland and Britain that was popular with the people. Popular in the sense that large numbers of the people said that's a good thing. So, at this stage, what I would like to do is I would like to say to all the victims of the elites in Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, that we stand by you in solidarity and wish you the best in your struggles against these elites. And whether you're in England, whether you're in Ireland, Scotland or Wales, we would hope that you will win out in the struggle to keep living standards, to keep people, that the ordinary struggles of the ordinary people will succeed. And that we will not allow ourselves to be diverted by these kind of circuses. We have to look on the thing as this stroke politics. It is actually, in terms of the peace process, it's a dangerous stroke. And because it's a dangerous stroke, it's dangerous to the whole project of peace, because if we have rioting in this, similar to the Love Ulster March, the repercussions can be used by those unionists who don't want the thing to go ahead, is to say, well look, there's no welcome for Britishness and, you know, like the alienation and so on. And it was also used, that march, or not the march, but the rioting that followed it, as a big stake, which was liberally used to beat Sinn Féin, although Sinn Féin had at the time said, don't be part of it. That doesn't matter what you say, it's what the newspapers choose to print and the television chooses to show. And if you remember the hysteria at the time, that is a dangerous thing to have. And when you think of it, anyone who was genuinely interested in the peace process, anyone, the last thing they would do is needlessly provoke those people who are not on board, to either humiliate them or to beat them into the ground. And that's the choice that they have. They can be either humiliated or beaten into the ground. That, of course, is totally against the whole spirit of any peace process, that you do that to people, because it means that if they're not on board now, they'll never be on board in the future. Also, for the ones that are on board, like Sinn Féin, what they've done is they've raised needless but very serious problems for Sinn Féin. Because Sinn Féin finds itself caught in the middle. On the one hand, it's trying to bring unionists on board. On the other hand, it's trying the Republican family. And the last thing we want in the Republican family is for relations to deteriorate to the stage of where there would be open conflict, like what another peace process in Palestine, Israel, was used to do, and still is being used to do, where by taking one part of the Palestinian people on board in a peace process and the other part not on board, and then by putting in the mix all the time continuously in the last number of years, they got the Palestinians fighting each other, which weakened them very seriously. And we don't want to see that happen again. That is a strategy of imperialism, and it's a strategy we don't want to see working. So we have to be on the ball to make sure that, from our political perspective, that we deal with the visit of the British Queen, but not fall into the knee-jerk reactions that they would expect of us. As I said, Sinn Féin has distanced itself publicly and said it's not the appropriate time. The appropriate time will be sometime in the future when the British are gone from all political and military control of this country. Anyway,